Yes, people, welcome to episode 4 of the Grindset. So today we're training legs. It's actually been a while since I've recorded one of these sessions just because a few reasons. I've been focusing on some short stuff and also working on a couple of more longer term videos in the background that are coming out soon. So rather than record it over a day, some of them are like 30-day challenges or whatever. So this has kind of been on the back burner, but not got anything going on kind of this week content wise. So I thought, okay, I've not done legs yet on the grind set, so here we are, leg day. So this is going to be a little bit different to the rest of the episodes that I've done, where it's very much strength focused and it's kind of low rep range, really high weight. I'm going to be doing higher rep ranges, I'm going to be doing lower weight, and I'm going to be really focused on hypertrophy. So yeah, I'm just going to be really focused on slow negatives and just really getting like a good stretch and a bit of an explosive positive. And yeah, it's not necessarily going to be volume, but it's going to be very much just kind of like, I want to get blood in the muscle and I want to tear the muscle, basically, rather than get stronger. Reason being is I've been suffering with my lower back quite a bit recently, and I think that's been brought on from lifting heavy with the legs. So I'm going to switch it up slightly and see how I feel as a result, because I'm still going in today with me lower back a little bit sore. So yeah, no major compounds. I'm probably going to start with a leg press and then a pendulum squat. I know there's still compounds, but the pendulum squat's very much supported, and it's going to be very lightweight on there. It's just going to be all form. And yeah, like I say, we'll see how we feel. But to be honest, like, I've not back squatted in probably a year, 18 months. Reason being is I got quite heavy at one point. I think my best was like 180 for 3. And I was progressing at the time, for sure. I was in touching distance of 200 key. And then my back went, and it kept me out of the gym for so long. And then I kind of thought about it. I was like, what is actually the risk v reward here? Like, there's like many other machines that I can like squat on, really. I understand it takes away that stability factor, but when you're talking about growing your legs, like, does it really make that much of a difference? Like, form aside, you could have the best form in the world. If you've got 200 kilos on your shoulders, like, that weight has to be compressed somewhere, and it's going to be straight in your spine. So I just didn't like the fact of that. I felt like my spine was just getting compressed like every single leg session. And I just thought, you know what? Like, while I'm young enough, like, let's just make a change, because don't get me wrong, like, people will squat well into the 70s, even heavy as well. But for me, it just didn't agree with me. So I made the decision to walk away from that. And at first, I felt like a bit of a pussy, thinking like, well, I'm not back squatting, like, you know, I can't lift heavy, what's the point, blah, blah, blah. And I did massively fall out of love with the legs because of it. But now, since I've joined this new gym, they've got a lot of leg machines where I can go heavy again if I want to and not really feel too much pressure on my back. It's made me fall back in love with the legs because I can progressive overload again. Because, yeah, I mean, so many people I know hate training legs, whatever, and I do get it, it's hard, but honestly, I think the reason, like, if you're gonna fall in love with the legs, it's because you're progressive overloading. I think the chase of, like, say you're after a bench PR, like, that constant progressive overload, you'll finish that chest session and you can't wait to get back for the next chest session already, because you're like, I want to lift heavier, and you want to chase that PR. If you can get that mindset with the legs, like, you'll start to love legs. You'll fall in love with it. So just, you know, treat it the same way you would shoulders or chest or back. Constantly chase that PR. Try lift heavier every single week, and you will start to love it and think, I can't wait for legs. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and say it's my favourite session of the week that I look forward to the most. But like I definitely enjoy training legs, because there's no other pump like it. Like every single session you walk away dragging your feet thinking like, I can't even walk here. So, you know, there's not many other muscle groups, if any, that will get you feeling that way, no matter how hard you try. So yeah, anyway, gonna get straight into it now. Get in the gym, watch the routine, see if it's something that you want to try next time you're in the gym, because I guarantee you will feel pumped. Okay, so we're warmed up now. Just about 6 reps of every plate, including without any plates on. So I'm just going to stick on the 3 plates for now, see how this is. Like I say, I would normally do 4 to 5 plates, but we're changing up a little bit here. We're going to look for 4-second negatives, a little bit of a pause at the bottom, and then a push to the top. and we'll see how many reps we get. If I get too many reps, obviously I'll put up the weight, but to be honest, I'm thinking because of the slow negatives, probably won't actually get that many reps. So, I mean, so come on. It's getting heavy. Oh, come on. If you aren't in pain like this after you've done the leg press, then you're either not pressing heavy enough or for long enough. I don't actually know how many reps I got there because I was just counting to 4 every rep, and I couldn't count two things at once. It felt like it was about 8 reps, but I actually have no idea. But yeah, then I kind of got a little bit heavy, so I couldn't get that 4-second negative anymore. So then I just thought, right, I'll pump them out as much as I can. But I was already like really hurting by this point, so I literally just got 2 pump reps. But those 2 reps hurt more than the first 6 or whatever I got. So if you've ever got an opportunity to maybe, like, my advice would be train at failure with really good form, and then when you feel like you're at failure, forget form and just deplete the rest of that tank and train beyond failure. So don't just think, right, that's my last rep with true form, I'll stop now. Just forget about form and pump them out, or do half reps, or do whatever it takes, or even drop set it. Just do whatever it takes to fully deplete that tank. And trust me, you'll benefit from that massively. Right, so we just did 4 sets on the leg press. They felt really nice actually. So again, I was just doing the same slow negatives, and then once I kind of got failure there, I'd pump like 2 to 4 out, just one after the other. So now we're going to go on the pendulum, super light. We're going to go plate aside, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a half rep into a full rep, and that will count as 1 rep, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go all the way down, come halfway up so the tension's still on at like the peak, go back down, and then full stretch on that rep. And I don't know how many reps I'm going to get out of this, but this isn't necessarily a slow negative, but it's just really kind of concentrating on time and attention, and kind of, yeah, just kind of that whole tension on that bounce. Honestly, like, it sounds like you're just using momentum, but it's so hard because you're kind of stopping that momentum to go back down and then come back up. So might get 6 to 8 reps, but it should feel good. So yeah, get halfway, all the way back down and back up, straight back into it. All the way down, halfway up, back down. And this way we're keeping the constant tension. Oh, come on. Right. Quick rest, and then we're going to just get 3 out. Get beyond failure. Yeah. Come on. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I got to a point there where I just had to take the rest at the top. But I still had more in the tank. So I sacked off the half reps and just went full reps and kind of got a half-second lock just for that little rest and just pumped it till fail. Yeah, so we're going to get another 2 sets of these, exactly the same. I'll probably put the weight up a little bit and then we'll move on. Right, so we're just going to do some leg curls. I normally like to do the seated leg curls, but the machine's took it a minute, so we'll do the prone ones, which to be fair is still very, very good. I just prefer doing them both legs together rather than unilateral. I just feel like I get a better squeeze for some reason. Yeah, nothing special about this, just simply good squeeze at the top. It's easy to kind of automatically just pump through these, and I think you're robbing yourself there of fatigue. So yeah, we're going to try and get a nice stretch at the bottom, get a good squeeze at the top, and then yeah, just like everything else that I do, say I get 8 reps and I haven't got another squeeze in me, I'll just try and get 5, pump them out all the way to, well, beyond failure, I guess. So we've got 20 aside, let's see how they feel. Nice slow negative. Oh. It's very easy on this to accidentally bring your lower back in or your glutes as you're trying to like fight through that squeeze. So just make sure to keep that mind muscle connection with the hamstrings. Whoa. Right, so we've blasted the quads, we've blasted the hamstrings, and to be honest, my upper legs are just feeling pumped to bits right now, swollen. So we're going to do a glute focus movement. Now I do normally do hip thrusts, but my lower back is really sore, like I mentioned earlier in the video. So I want something, well, I don't want anything that's going to put pressure on the lower back basically. So I'm going to sit on this abductor. I think I always get this wrong. I think the out ones are abductors, or bad girls as some people call them. But what I do, rather than sit right back like this, I actually come right forward and I sit up straight, and it really just emphasizes kind of like the glutes essentially, rather than bringing any kind of sidey quads in or anything. So I'm just going to moderate weight. I'm going to get a really good contraction and just get a good 3-second squeeze at the top like this and just hold it. And again, you just want that really good mind muscle connection where I'm not thinking about my thighs. For example, I'm thinking about my glutes. Ooh. Now it feels quite easy at first. Oh, but then that burn kicks in. The pauses get slower. Oh, just keep that good posture. Don't bring any other muscle into movement. Oh. Come on. Oh my God. So as you've seen there, the pauses got quicker and quicker. And then I got the point where I couldn't really pause anymore, so I just pulsed them. Then I got the point where the glutes were on fire and I actually couldn't pulse them anymore, so I actually used my own hands on the inside of my legs to pump out a few more. So I'm going to do 4 sets of this, very little rest, one after the other, and then we move on to calves. Oh, God, they hurt. Right, so we're going to finish off today's session with 4 sets of calf raises. Now, the reason why I only do 4 sets is because I genuinely think that's all you need. I see some people that might do like 3 sets of standing calf raises and 3 sets of seated calf raises or whatever. I just think, what's the point? Do one or the other. Like, if you've got enough in the tank to do, say, another 3 sets of seated calf raises after you've just done 3 sets of standing calf raises, then personally, for me, that tells me that you're just not lifting heavy enough or going hard enough. Like, I'm going to do 4 sets of this, quite heavy, and for me, like, my calves will be obliterated after that, and I will not be able to physically do another set. I might finish the 4th set with a drop set to totally finish them off, but yeah, I just think it's the same movement essentially, so why do you need so much volume? So yeah, we're going to get straight into this one. This technique I actually learned from Jay Cutler quite recently, and I'm quite enjoying it. So you'll see the movement in a second, but I do it in 2 phases. So I'll kind of start at the bottom, get a good stretch, then I'll kind of go halfway, pause, and then go on my tiptoes, pause, then all the way back down to the bottom and stretch. I don't know what's so good about it, but it just feels like I'm kind of contracting twice, and I love it. So let's get into it. Start for that stretch, go halfway, all the way up, back down to stretch. Halfway, all the way up, back down to stretch. And it's nice because every single pause, you're fully contracting the calf muscle still. Whoa. Whoa. And it gets difficult very quickly. Oh. 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 Oh my God. Oh, it's hard. So yeah, again, like I do with everything, once I can't get that like really good form anymore, I'll just pump out what I can. But to be honest, with a weight like that, it's quite hard. But yeah, so we're going to do another 3 sets of them, and then we'll call it. But I am feeling absolutely pumped. Right, so that is legs. Whoops. That is legs complete. And yeah, really good session considering I dropped off the weight a fair bit on most of the exercises. Still managed to get a very, very good pump on. I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with legs. It was about 2 years ago, maybe 18 months ago, like I'd done me back from heavy back squats, like I said at the beginning of the video. So I kind of laid off legs for a while, and I just felt like I fell so far behind and really needed to pick it up. So I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere with my legs. A little bit of definition, a bit of mass, especially like at the top of my quads I feel quite happy with. Just the bottom of my quads I need to really concentrate on. But to be honest, I think that is partially genetics as well, why they're so low. Or so small, should I say. I think it's because it's like a low insertion, high insertion, they call it. I don't know. But something really annoyed me at the end there. I was just about to leave the gym, and there was about 6 benches in a row, and there was like 6 lads on there. And every single lad, it was like they were in sync. Every single lad was sat there just on the phone, just scrolling. Now, it doesn't annoy me personally because it doesn't affect me. They weren't taking up any of the machines that I needed or anything like this. But it's almost just a sense of disappointment because I know they'll unintentionally sit there and scroll for like 10 minutes. And even if they just pick the phone up to answer text, as soon as they open up Instagram and start scrolling, like in your head, you might think it's only been, say, 30 seconds. But before you know it, you've watched 1 video, 2, 3 videos, and you spent 5-10 minutes scrolling, and then you've lost your pump. Your mindset isn't in it because you're not thinking about the exercise. Like, yeah, you've just kind of, like, you know, if you do, say, a run, and then you sit down and you seize up, you can't then do that run again. You need to kind of stay on your feet, etc. And this is kind of a similar concept. Like, if you just say done a heavy press or whatever it is, yeah, you can sit down for some rest for sure, but you can't sit down for too long because then you'll be cold again. You know, you need to capitalize while you're warm, while you're pumped. You feel confident from your last lift or whatever. So me personally, to stay off my phone or whatever, like I will just simply stand up and do laps of the machine. 1, it gets steps in, and 2, it just keeps me head in the game, so to speak. Like, it just keeps me thinking about the exercise and the next lift and just energized, you know? So yeah, if I was you and you've got that temptation to pick up your phone, I'd either just lock it, keep it in the car, or do what I do and just do steps around the machine, because otherwise you're just harming your workout. Like, you're not going to get a good session, and that's a fact. You won't have the energy or anything like that. So, but yeah, good session, like I say. So
see how this back is next week, and hopefully can put some more weight on. Because I do prefer lifting heavy, to be honest. So we'll see. But yeah, had a good week this week in terms of YouTube growth. Like, got a good few subs, which I'm really buzzing with. So, you know, and I can see a little bit of growth there. So honestly, like, anyone still watching this right now, like, thanks so much for watching. And, you know, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It means a lot. And obviously there's still very small numbers to most people and stuff, but like, I've already had numerous comments say, you know, thanks for the advice, you've helped us out, blah blah blah. And that's the exact reason why I started the channel, just so I could help at least one person. So in that sense, it's mission accomplished. So I'm absolutely buzzing with that so far. But yeah, more content on the way. Going to be teaming up with a videographer, so and an editor soon, so the videos should hopefully kind of look more high-end production, I guess, which is really good. I'm really excited for that. So yeah, let's see. Hopefully going to level up the channel and do some more stuff more frequently, and maybe something a little bit different to just working out. So we'll see. Stay tuned. But yeah, thanks so much again. See you in the next one.